Greetings, fellow oculators. Dave Drawing here. Today I'm going to be talking about a creation of mine. Now, I created it by putting stuff together, but still, I call it my charging tower. I have videos for all of these things already on my channel. This is just me combining them all together into this kind of Frankenstein charging tower thing. Now, it consists of various components, and we're going to go over those components and how I put this thing together right now. What we start out with is this stand for the Quest 2. It's made by Kiwi Design. It's available on Amazon. Of course, there will be links to this and all the other stuff that we talk about available in the description of this video. And then we've got the Bobo VR D2 charging dock, just made to charge the headset. And if you happen to have the Pro version of any of Bobo's products, you can also charge that secondary battery there. First thing we need to do is we peel off this rubber pad on the stand. The next thing we're going to do is we got to drill a hole, because on the back of the D2 charging dock is a C port that you have to be able to plug into. It will butt right up to the vertical part of the stand. It doesn't have to be beautiful because it's never going to be seen again. And then you have to make a hole in the base, come through the bottom. You make a hole in the base so that you can put that C cord up and out that hole. Now, you don't want to stick the charging dock on before you put the cord, because you might not have it lined up right, and once you stick it down, it stays good. And we'll talk more about that in a minute. Anyways, I'll put the cord through the hole like this, and the reason is so you can line up the plug at the same time that you're sticking it down. This is what the tape looks like. I use Loctite Power Grab. 3M also makes a really good tape. This stuff is awesome. It's what custom motorcycle makers use to put emblems on gas tanks, things like that. Put a couple of pieces on there. You can put more or less. Remember, this isn't going to really be holding any weight or anything. It's just to keep it from sliding off. So I put 2 pieces all the way across, and that's way more than enough. You put that on there, and then you make sure your cord is run up from the back into the back of the dock before you stick it down, like I said. And then once you have the cord plugged in, you peel off the adhesive backing on the tape, and you stick it in place, being real careful to make sure you line it up as straight as you can, because it will not want to come back off. This stuff is not the kind of adhesive you put down and then pick it up again and move it. Once it's down, it's pretty much down. Now you want to hold down on that. It gets its best bond if you hold it with a nice firm pressure for about 30 seconds. So I made sure to hold it for about 30 seconds. Now, at the bottom of the tower, another ugly hole has to be made, right where the logo for Kiwi is. Sorry, guys. But this hole, it looks like it may be bigger than it needs, but I put 2 cords in there because I realized as I was assembling this that you have to have one cord coming in to power the controller charging dock, and then another cord going out, because this charging dock has power in and power out. So it has a USB in and a C out. Because the controller charging dock is actually designed to charge the 2 controllers and have a cord coming out of it that you could then charge your headset with. But since we don't need that for this application, I thought I'd go ahead and put a cord in there, because it would be virtually impossible to get one plugged in after it's all assembled. So I put another cord in that would trail out the back of the unit when it's all finished. That would allow me to charge something else, like another battery or even my phone, or anything with a C charging port. I'll just have an extra plug, and that's never a bad idea. So this hole needs to be bigger, not only because there are 2 plugs coming through it, but also the plugs have to go in at kind of an angle. So they don't come straight through the hole. They kind of have to come at an upward angle. It's kind of hard to explain. And again, you want to plug these into the unit before you stick it down to the base. Now you want to clean this with alcohol, unless it's fresh out of the box, but even then it's always a good idea to clean anything you're going to use that adhesive tape on. Clean it with an alcohol pad to make sure you get the best bond. On the bottom of the controller charging dock, you'll see it has rubber feet on the bottom. Now the back 2 feet, you can see one of the feet have been removed there. I take them off the back and put them on the front. The reason for this is you don't need the pads on the back because they'll be in contact with the stand, whereas the front ones actually will stick out past the foot of the stand, and by doubling up those pads, if they should touch down on your desktop or anything, those pads will be what they rest on. And again, I would recommend alcohol pad on the back, right between where the feet were. That's where your adhesive is going to stick this thing down. This shows all 3 of the cords. The black one's the one that goes to the top of the tower and powers the headset charger, and the other 2 are power in and power out from the controller charger. I made some holes in the bottom so the cables weren't going to interfere with the platform when it's sitting on a desk. I used a couple of pieces of that adhesive tape. I put one under the cables and then another piece over top of the cables, and I just didn't peel the backing off because that stuff sticks to itself like crazy. So those cables are not going anywhere. And then those 3 just exit out the back of the charging tower. And this is what it looks like. You've got the Bobo D2 dock on top and the AMVR controller charging dock on the bottom. You put your controllers in the controller base, and you put your headset in the headset base, and everything charges. You never have to unplug anything, and there you go. That's my idea of the perfect charging stand. The price for all this together is probably comparable to buying the Anker dock, but the main reason I like it, besides the fact that I already had all these components, is that it has a much smaller footprint. In the space that your headset would normally take up all by itself, you can have your headset, the strap, the batteries, your controllers, everything, all within that one footprint. So if table space or desktop space or shelf space or whatever is at a premium, this would definitely be an option, way to go. So that's my little presentation about my charging tower. I hope you liked it. And if you did, of course, like and subscribe and comment on my channel. It's always welcome, and it goes a long way towards me being able to continue making videos and content like this for you. This is Dave Drawing, signing off, and I'll see you next time.